Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld again. Thanks for stopping by, and just remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, feel free to take a look at some of my other videos if you like. You can find them all in playlists in the description down below. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to take a look at open world FPS games, which, if you didn't already know, is one of my all-time favourite genres. And as far as genres go, well, it's really only in the last decade or so that this genre has come into its own, mainly because of hardware restraints. That's in part because open world games require an astronomical amount of time to make, whereas on the other hand, FPS games have always been known for high performance. So obviously combining these genres is definitely not an easy task, but on the rare occasions it has worked, it's created some of the greatest games ever made. So what I thought we'd do today is take a look back at what I think are the top 5 very best games in the genre, which at first I thought would be pretty straightforward, but as it turns out, it really wasn't, because all of these games are just so good. So bearing that in mind, you might agree with this list or you might completely disagree, so if you do, make sure to let me know. And also, if you can think of any more games I might have missed, make sure you leave them in the comments down below, because I'd love to see what you think. But anyway, to kick off, coming in at number 5 is the futuristic first-person shooter RPG, Deus Ex: Human Revolution. And what better way is there to kick off this list, because this game has a unique blend of features that kind of makes it like a cross between Mass Effect, Crysis and Watch Dogs. The reason it makes the top 5 though is because not only are you given the freedom to explore a decent sized hub style open world, there's also a lot of freedom in how you can complete quests. For example, in a lot of missions you can go in guns blazing, or you can choose a more stealthy approach, hacking security systems and eliminating guards with silent takedowns. Now coming in next on the list at number 4 is Borderlands 2, which, like Deus Ex, is a futuristic shooter RPG also set in a hub-style open world. Except the big difference is that Borderlands doesn't take itself too seriously, and as you can see, it's got a much more cartoony art style. Despite how it looks on the surface though, the core gameplay is very deep, and the plot and the characters are surprisingly well crafted. But most importantly, it also features co-op multiplayer, a randomly generated loot system and scaling enemies, so even after you finish the campaign, you'll still be coming back for more. Now, getting away from all the high-tech gadgets, coming in next at number 3, Far Cry 3 literally puts you into the shoes of a regular guy stranded on a tropical island. Except the catch is, the island is inhabited by a bloodthirsty gang of pirates, and it's all up to you to save your kidnapped friends and liberate the island. Like Deus Ex, Far Cry 3 blends run and gun action with stealth mechanics, and it also features a crafting system and customizable weapons. But for those of you who prefer multiplayer, well, it actually has a decent COD-style PvP mode and co-op missions you can complete with friends. So coming in next at number 2 is a game that's pretty much absorbed the last few weeks of my life, the post-apocalyptic shooter RPG Fallout 4. And in keeping with Bethesda's reputation for producing some of the best RPGs ever made, Fallout 4 definitely hits the ball out of the park. Of all the games on this list, Fallout 4 is one of the biggest, not only in terms of the size of the main map, but also in terms of the sheer number of quests. And just to give you an idea of how much it sucks you in, I still hadn't completed the main quest line over 100 hours in. Now, just before we get on to the number 1 game on this list, I should give an honourable mention to Bungie's ambitious attempt at a hybrid FPS cross MMORPG, Destiny. And already I'm sure some of you guys are probably thinking, hang on, surely it deserves a spot in the top 5, right? Well, to be clear, Destiny does look amazing and the gameplay is reasonably fun, but it suffers from a pretty lackluster storyline and it does get pretty repetitive. And as far as the multiplayer goes, well, it's pretty subpar by MMO standards, and the PvP isn't that spectacular either. So all in all, it's a very good game, but it's just not good enough to make the top 5. But finally, the last game on this list, coming in at number 1, is a completely different style of open world shooter, Arma 3. And that's because, unlike the other games on this list, this game is a milsim tactical shooter, which means there's no level up system or any other RPG elements. The reason it takes out the #1 spot though is because it's the only true open-ended game on this list, in that it was designed from the ground up with editing in mind. And so not only is there a ton of vanilla content to begin with, there's thousands of third-party maps, mods and missions, and if you know what you're doing, you can even create your own. But anyway, guys, that just about wraps up this top 5, so let me know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description below if you want to see any more of my videos, or if you want to support my channel on Patreon. And until next time, see you later, and have a good one.